I thought that John McCain was going to have a coronary on this. I don't know if you looked at him. I saw the steam coming out of his ears.
He looked pretty, and he was waving those signatures like a Bible.
The 1,000 signatures, the flag officer document, which I've looked at those flag officers, and the average age is 77. And none of them, or few of them, have ever served under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and clearly none of them ever led a small unit. I mean, they're senior people.
Well, but you know, we always face opposition. It's not that we don't. And the political system is the political system. And the Armed Services Committees were always some of the most conservative on both sides of the aisle. The thought being, you know, that's where you put people because you don't want them on Health and Human Services kind of committees because they'll just cut welfare, you know, so might as well put them where they can do red meat kind of armed services stuff. So are you saying there are things that people can do?
Well, absolutely. Pick up the phone. I mean, we're lucky. We're in California, and our senators are clearly with us. All the Democrats in the Congress have signed on to the Military Readiness Enhancement Act, except 2 from the Central Valley. We have none of the Republicans. So I think it's a lobbying effort. People need to call their members. They need to call the White House. They need to email the White House. They need to do the same thing on the Armed Services Committees on both sides and say, you know, this is the time. We really need to do this. The President is, as the Commander-in-Chief, has said that he wants to do this. The Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said it. So let's get it done. And, you know, we've got to bring as much pressure to bear. We need to also look at our allies, the labor unions and people that traditionally make up the Democratic coalition.
Women's
organizations to bring pressure to bear, because now is the time to do it. And if we don't, we're going to lose this opportunity.
It's something that almost sounds like so obvious we don't even bother thinking about is we really need to get our veterans, our gay veterans, on board on this and get their visibility, because that's really what legitimizes this entire movement. Is their service is what is the most powerful defense to the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
And the other side of that is also, and I have so many straight allied, you know, friends who are veterans as well, and getting them to speak out. Like my younger brother is an enlisted Marine, like he's a veteran, and he speaks on my behalf, you know, and it's making people realize that this is an issue that goes beyond just, because a lot of times people try to put us in a box, like saying, oh, this is a minor, only 13,000, you know, people have been kicked out under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but the impact of this policy are, you know, it ripples through the entire community, and you don't know how many don't enlist. Like I know so many people on my department, police department, who didn't go into the military because of this policy. You don't know how many people don't go in, and you don't know how many gay service members leave willingly because they couldn't, like for instance, like Tom, like because of the policies that are in place. Those are uncaptured numbers that people don't talk about.